Welcome, welcome, welcome. Please share this out. Share it out. I'm so excited for what I have to share with you today. I really do believe that what I'm going to talk about is life-changing and extremely helpful for you living your best life and helping you to improve your communication, especially with difficult conversations. So, welcome, welcome. I'm super excited you are here. What I'm going to be talking about is how to start a difficult conversation. And by difficult conversation, I mean something that there's a differing of opinions, there is high emotions, or maybe high stakes. So either one, that's the conversation we're talking about. And what I'm going to share with you comes from Crucial Conversations. I am Crucial Conversations certified, and I highly recommend this book times 1,000. It is so good. So I'm going to talk about a difficult conversation. I'm going to give an example for work environment, and I'm going to give an example for personal, like at home, because these skills can be used for both. And what I want to tell you is that the work of Crucial Conversations spans 3 decades of research. So the skills I'm about to share have been proven to work for over 3 decades. Okay, when a difficult conversation comes up, most of us either stay quiet or we're like the blurter, where you react emotionally. So first of all, think about which one are you? Are you the one that blurts things out, or are you the person who stays quiet? And again, I hope you'll share this out because I know it can help everyone. So please share this live out. Thank you so much. And I'm sorry I didn't tell you who I am. I am Carla Caldwell, your Live Your Best Life coach. My background is in nursing and health coaching, and I am a communication expert. Okay, so we are discussing difficult conversations, and these difficult conversations must include one of the following. They must either be a differing of opinions, high emotions, or the stakes are high. And the skill set that we're going to talk about today is learning how to take a deep breath, and instead of reacting emotionally or staying quiet, I'm going to invite you to use this process of sharing the facts, your story, and then asking for the other person's perspective. We're going to cover 2 scenarios. First, the work scenario, and then we'll cover a personal scenario, because these skills work for both career and at home. So for the career example, let's pretend that Ben is our fictional character, and Ben is a part of a team of 4 people. And he, along with his 4 other people, are called in to talk to their supervisor. The supervisor shares with the team that there's been a change, that moving forward, this team will now process a certain type of referrals, and that the change will happen immediately. It's for the betterment of the company. They need this team to step up and be willing to accept these referrals. Now, the team is uncomfortable because they're already short-staffed. The amount of referrals that the supervisor is talking about is double the amount they already process. Many of them are already staying late, and to make matters even worse, they don't handle this type of referrals. A different department does. So the team is quiet, except for Ben. Ben is getting really uncomfortable. The supervisor says, "All right, is everyone okay with this?" And two people from Ben's team nod. Another person says, "Okay." The fourth person says, "Yes, whatever you ask of us, we're going to do." And Ben is like, "Oh no." And he tells the supervisor, "There's no way we can do this. We are already short staffed. We're staying late. This is so ridiculous. And not only that, we don't normally handle these referrals. That different department does. So we won't even know what we're doing. Anyone can see this is ridiculous." Oh my gosh. Okay, so first of all, have you ever been a part of anything like this where the supervisor asks for something that feels unreasonable and several of the team members are quiet because maybe they don't feel safe to speak up, and then one person blurts out? Maybe you're the blurter. Okay, how could this have been handled better? Because even though Ben's concerns make total sense, the way he responded to his supervisor is most likely going to elicit a defensive response. So we want to help Ben. We want to help Ben succeed. So we're going to follow in crucial conversations. They have a sequence that helps you have better outcomes, that helps you to to share your perspective respectfully and to engage in productive conversation, because that's much needed right now. Ben, his team, and his supervisor really need to talk, right? So if we follow this strategy of fact, share your story, and then ask for the other person's perspective, then let's think about what are the facts of this story. The fact is that they're understaffed. We can prove that because we can see the numbers. We know that the referrals are going to double, so the workload's going to double. We know that a different team normally processes these types of referrals. That's a fact. And we know this is sudden. Well, I don't know if that's a fact. Let's stick with these three: that they're understaffed, a different department normally handles these referrals, and their workload's going to double. Those are the facts. What is Ben's story? Well, Ben's frustrated. He's upset. He's feeling overworked and, I would venture to say even on the brink of burning out. He's frustrated that his teammates did not speak up, and he's just upset. He's upset that this leader did not ask for, did not talk to the team. Okay, so we know the facts and we know the story. Now, the last part is, if you are serious about engaging in a dialogue that's respectful and that includes both parties, it has to include both parties. So you want to ask the other person their perspective. And we don't want to make up our own language, knowing that in the Crucial Conversations book, this is backed by 3 decades of research. So let's just not reinvent the wheel and use what they're suggesting. And what they're suggesting is either saying, "Can you help me understand?" or "What's your perspective?" So let's put this together, okay? Fact, story, and ask the other person's perspective. I'm Ben. The scenario just happened. I'm going to take a deep breath. I'm going to calm down and I'm going to follow the model. Fact, story, ask for the other person's perspective. So this is what it might sound like. Let's call the supervisor Mrs. Jones. Okay? Mrs. Jones, we know that we're understaffed. We know that currently our team stays after to work. We know that if we follow through with this, it will double our workload. We also know that we don't normally handle these referrals, a different department does. I feel frustrated and worried that things are going to get worse. I already feel like I'm giving the most that I can, and this sounds like I'm going to be working even harder. I'm frustrated that my teammates didn't say anything, and I'm concerned that we don't normally handle these referrals. Can you please help me understand? All right, did you see how that worked out? So it's fact, story, and then you're asking for the other person's perspective. Now, I'm not saying that the leader's going to be perfect, but chances of her engaging in a conversation between yourself, your teammates, and her about discussing the situation have greatly improved if you utilize this approach, because it's less likely that she'll be defensive. Maybe she's not aware of some of these facts. Facts help to ground and stabilize. All right, let's do a personal example, because this works excellent with personal examples. Remember, we're going to use this skill set when we encounter a conversation that is either high stakes, high emotions, or differing opinions. So let's give a personal example. You're the spouse, and your partner has just spent money, and you're looking at your bank statements and your account is overdrawn. And you're freaking out because you know that the mortgage payment comes out tomorrow. And you just blow up. You're like, what were you thinking? What are we going to do? Oh my goodness. Maybe you're not even using that language. Oh my goodness. Maybe it's a little more flavorful. Okay. Usually when we get angry, it elicits a defensive response and it makes it difficult to have a conversation. So let's use the same skill set. Fact, story, asking the other person's perspective. So the story in this scenario, the facts in this scenario is that our bank account had enough money, and then this purchase was made of, let's make a number up, $349, and now our bank account is overdrawn, and our mortgage payment of $2,500 comes out tomorrow. I'm not mathing right. Let's say that your partner bought a couch and it was over $2,000. Now your account's overdrawn and you know the mortgage is coming out tomorrow. So these are all facts, that your account balance was this much was spent, it's now overdrawn, mortgage payment is coming out tomorrow, there's not enough money in the account. Okay, does that make sense? Let me know yes in the comments if it makes sense. Those are the facts. Okay, thank you. So now the story. The story is I'm scared. The story is that we're gonna, what if we get kicked out of our house? Like, I'm already thinking this, that if we don't make our mortgage, and then it's gonna hurt our credit, and how could this person be so irresponsible? Why didn't they tell me? I'm feeling disrespected, right? That's the story. Now we are going to remember fact, story, and then you ask the other person's perspective. So let's put it all together. Ready? Fact, story, ask the other person's perspective. So instead of getting upset and yelling, I'm going to take a few deep breaths. I'm going to calm down and I'm going to talk to my spouse. I'm going to say, our bank account was at this amount yesterday. And I noticed that there was a purchase for this amount today. Now we have this amount left. And tomorrow the mortgage is set to come out and it's not enough. I'm really worried that this will affect our credit. I'm concerned that you made this purchase and you didn't tell me. I feel left out of the loop. And I'm just really concerned. Can you please help me understand? It's very different, isn't it? I know this stuff is, it sounds nice. And in the moment, when we are experiencing these very difficult situations, that's why they're called difficult conversations, crucial conversations. It's difficult to be this calm, but this is why it's important to follow science-backed methods that encourage productive, successful, respectful conversations. It is totally possible and it's life-changing. Because I don't know about you, when I blow up, things don't go well. But as I've started practicing these tools, I have found, wow, we actually had a conversation about this. This was helpful. So I really hope that the next time you encounter a difficult conversation, that you'll try these tools, that you'll take a few deep breaths, and instead of having an emotional outburst or instead of staying quiet, because both being quiet and having an emotional outburst hurt the relationship at work and at home. So when you encounter one of these difficult conversations, I want to encourage you to take a few deep breaths and to focus on fact, sharing the facts. Sharing the facts is very grounding. It helps the person to listen to you. Then share your story and then ask the person, what's your perspective? All right, I hope this was helpful. Let me know in the comments if you are willing to take this out on a test drive. I am rooting for your success times 1,000, and I thank you so, so much for joining. Okay,